In this video, we're going to talk about multiplying polynomials, especially multiplying binomials together, and then also binomials and trinomials together. So the thing you've got to know about multiplying polynomials like this is that each term of the first polynomial has to be distributed or multiplied to each term in the second polynomial. So once we do that, we just combine like terms, and then we should have our answer. So let's go ahead and look at a simple example. So we're going to do x minus 5 times x plus 3. Oops. There we go, x plus 3. So like I just said, we have to distribute or multiply each term in the first polynomial by each term in the second. Some people call this the FOIL method. So what that is, you write it out. So FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, and last. So that just means that you multiply the first terms together, then the outside terms together, then the inside, then the last terms together. So really doesn't matter how you do it as long as you multiply each term in the first by each term in the second polynomial. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So I am going to use the FOIL method. And so the first thing we have to do is multiply the first terms. So we're going to multiply x times x. And that is going to give us x squared. All right. So we did the first terms. Now we need to multiply the outside terms. So we're going to do x times 3 times positive 3. And so x times 3 is going to give us plus 3x, positive 3x. All right, now we're going to do the inside terms. So negative 5 times x is going to give us negative or minus 5x. All right, negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And then lastly, we're going to multiply the last terms in each polynomial. So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15 or minus 15. So from here, we've done the hard part. Now we just need to combine like terms, and I only see two that we need to combine. And those are going to be the positive 3x and the negative 5x. Okay? So positive 3x minus 5x is going to give us negative 2x. Okay? 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And so now I just have to bring down the rest of my answer. And so we're going to get, for our answer, x squared minus 2x minus 15. Okay? So that is how you use the FOIL method. So the FOIL method really only works whenever you have a binomial times a binomial. Okay? Because it turns out that there's only 4 times you need to multiply. Whenever you get into larger polynomials, it doesn't quite work, but you can basically do the same thing as long as you multiply each term in the first by each term in the second polynomial. Okay? And then you just have to combine like terms. Now let's do another example. I'm going to make it a little bit harder this time. So we're going to do 2x plus 7 times 3x minus 1. All right, so this time you'll notice that we don't just have an x and an x for the first terms in each binomial. We actually have a coefficient in front of them. But I just wanted to go ahead and throw a problem like this at you just to get you used to thinking about these things. So same thing, we're going to do the FOIL method. And I'm just going to write the initials this time. So we're going to do 2x times 3x, and that is going to give us 6x squared, because 2 times 3 is 6, x times x is x squared. So we're done with the first. Now we're going to multiply the outside. So 2x times negative 1 is going to give us minus or negative 2x. All right, so we're good with the outside. Now let's multiply the inside terms. So 7 times 3x is going to give us plus 21x. Okay, so we're good with that. And then lastly, the two last terms. So 7 times negative 1 is going to give us negative or minus 7. And so now we are done with the L, with the last term. So now all we have to do is, again, combine like terms. So the negative 2x and the positive 21x need to be combined. And so let me go ahead and bring down my 6x squared. And then negative 2x plus 21x is going to give us positive 19x. Because negative 2 plus 21 is positive 19. All right, and then we're going to bring down our minus 7. And we are through with this problem. So again, just make sure that you distribute each term in the first polynomial to each term in the second polynomial. All right, so say that we come to a problem and they want us to multiply a binomial times a trinomial. All right, what are we going to do then? So let me write a problem. We're going to do x plus 2 times x squared minus 3x plus 4. All right, so this time we're multiplying a binomial times a trinomial because the first polynomial has 2 terms, the second polynomial has 3 terms. So we really can't use the FOIL method this time, but the same principle is going to be used. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take this x and multiply it by each term in the second polynomial. All right, so first of all, x times x squared is x to the third, x cubed. All right, x times negative 3x is minus or negative 3x squared. And then x times positive 4 is just plus 4x. All right, now let's work on this positive 2. All right, so 2 times x squared is plus 2x squared. 2 times negative 3x is minus 6x. And then 2 times 4 is plus 8 or positive 8. All right, so obviously now we have a little bit more of combining like terms that needs to happen. So let's go ahead and pair up the like terms first. So I see that this negative 3x squared and the positive 2x squared need to be combined. And then the positive 4x and the negative 6x need to be combined. All right, so I'm going to bring down my x cubed. And let's go ahead and combine negative 3x squared and positive 2x squared. All right, that is going to give us negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So I'm just going to write negative x squared. Okay, you could write negative 1x squared, but this is the same exact thing. All right, how many x squareds do we have? Well, we have negative 1 of them. All right, and then we're going to combine 4x and negative 6x. And so that is going to give us negative 2x because 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Then we're just going to bring down our plus 8. And that is all you have to do for that problem. Okay, so there are more steps, but you're really doing the same thing. You just have to be careful with your multiplication and with your adding and subtracting these positive and negative numbers, making sure that you're paying attention to the signs in front of the numbers. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you next time.